What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video, specifically the section where we're talking about the Webull stock trading broker. So in previous video, you had seen me go over the watch list channel where we kind of talked about some benefits and how you can use that to hopefully better your trading. In this video, we're going to be looking at the markets tab. So in the markets tab, and as you get into Webull, this is naturally what it's going to look like when you're under the the markets channel. So up at the top, you'll see United States, China, global indices, cryptos, indice futures, forex, commodities, mutual funds, and ETFs. So as a beginner trader, when you look at this, you could kind of say to yourself, wow, this is a lot going on. There's a lot of information coming at me. This is the type of, right here is a type of, for lack of better word, system or platform that could really frustrate and maybe throw a new trader off to the point where they're like, you know what, this might just be way too much for me to learn. If I was a beginner trader and I was just starting to trade and I downloaded Webull and then all of a sudden I'm looking at this markets channel and it shows United States, China, global indices, cryptos, futures, forex, commodity, I would be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. There's just I don't understand any of this. And quite frankly, as a new trader, you shouldn't understand hardly any of that anyway. So if you don't, it doesn't really matter because you shouldn't know it anyways. Okay. If you've just started trading, there's no way you're going to know anything about Chinese markets, global indices, cryptos, futures, forex, commodities, mutual funds, ETF. I mean, you're probably not going to. So don't really worry about that. That's stuff you can pick up along the line. Okay. But all in all, this is what the markets channel, is used for. So for the United States, if you are a trader that likes to keep track of, the different index funds, different major market funds, whether that's in the United States, China, if you're someone who likes to follow cryptocurrencies, if you're particularly someone who trades futures, if you're someone who likes to trade forex or foreign exchange currencies, if you're a commodities trader, if you're someone who's researching and looking into new mutual funds that you could potentially use for retirement, if you're someone who just specifically trades ETFs. That is what you would use this channel for. Again, if you are someone who keeps involved with cryptocurrencies, then this particular tab here might do well for you because it tracks the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, which is, I can't remember off the top of my head, I'm forgetting it, Ripple, IOTA, which is IoT. So again, there's a lot of different crypto, Dashcoin, Litecoin. So again, there's a lot of different cryptocurrencies that are on this particular section under markets, right? So if you're someone who keeps up with the cryptocurrencies and you want to keep up with that pricing, this would probably be a channel or a section under Webull or in Webull that you would benefit from, okay? Now, let's say you're someone who trades Forex or foreign exchange currencies. This is a tab that you might like to use just to keep up on the different foreign exchange currencies. And again, though, if you are a foreign exchange currency trader or you're a forex trader, the chances are you're not going to be using Webull anyways. So this is more or less just kind of like some extra information Webull throws in there because you can't currently trade forex on Webull. So again, you probably wouldn't be here for forex in the first place. Again, same thing with commodities. If you're a commodities trader, chances are you're not going to be using Webull very much to trade commodities because you can't trade them on there. So again, really a lot of the information here in this particular markets tab isn't really there for you to use to take immediate trades. It's more or less there for you to learn, educate, research, maybe find some new trading ideas, find some new things about the market. Maybe that's relevant news or news catalysts that just started popping up. So this is more of just like an additional tool on Webull that a trader could use to just gather more information. Okay. So there's really not much more to the whole markets tab, right? This wasn't going to be a very long video because there's really not much to talk about here. Okay. If you're a cryptocurrency trader, sure. Cryptocurrency section here under markets might be good for you. If you're a futures trader, sure. The futures tab might be something you want to look into. Mutual fund, ETF, global indices, American markets. Again, whatever you're into and like to follow, these particular sections under the markets channel would be something that you could possibly benefit from. Okay. And again, as you go over here, you can even add here. So you see how you're under United States, you can even click this little grid thing and you can choose which ones you want to have under here. So you could take off the United States, you could take off China, you can select different markets and add them to that particular section if you would like. And again, right? So here I'll point something out, right? So for me, I like having China, right? I like having China up here because I do every once in a while trade some Chinese stocks, Chinese ADRs here in the United States. So every once in a while, it's good for me to come in and look and just kind of get a quick overview and just to see how their overall market's doing. So then I can kind of get some ideas as far as how the stocks I'm trading might be affected because different stocks are affected differently on their trading days, depending on how that particular stock's overall market is doing. Something you'll see that happens quite often here and with many other things around the world, or not just the United States, but in the United States specifically, if you're trading, let's say something like Apple or Netflix, Facebook, Nvidia, Google, Amazon, Micron, etc., you name them, you trade any of these bigger name stocks, AMD, you'll notice that when the markets are moving down, a lot of times you might see your stocks moving down as well because they all are kind of in one, right? When people say the stock market, what is the stock market? The stock market is built up of a bunch of different companies that are publicly traded. That's all the stock market is. So when people are like, "Oh, the stock market's doing well today," okay, the stock market is doing well, but when we say the stock market is doing well, that means that there's thousands of companies right now doing well, and that's why when you look at something like the Dow Jones or the S&P 500, when we look at the Dow Jones, Russell 2000, S&P 500, we look at these bigger indexes and we go, "Oh, they're up," on the day the market's doing good. Well, no, those indexes are only up because all the stocks or all the companies that make up that index are doing well. Okay. So when the market's down, it's strong chance your stock's going to be down too. So all in all, this market tab is really there for you to gather a little bit of extra information to possibly implement that somewhat, excuse me, into your trading style. So for me, I follow a lot of the major indexes here to the United States tab, Dow Jones, S&P, et cetera, China, following their major index funds so that way I can kind of better project something that might happen to some of the Chinese ADR stocks here that we trade in publicly in the United States on our exchanges. So again, for some of you, this markets tab, you probably won't even find yourself in here very often because for some of you, it might not really even make sense to use. For me, I'm using it a little bit, but not too much. So I hope that helps you guys in kind of determining what this channel can be used for on Webull. Again, for me, it's not something it's a make it or break it. For me, it's more or less like, it's just kind of like cool because it's there, but at the same time, it's like, could have done without it personally, unless Webull has plans in the future to involve cryptocurrency trading on their platform, to involve futures trading on their platform, to involve forex trading on their platform, to provide commodities trading, ETF. Again, if they are moving in a direction that's going to allow their platform, or they are going to allow for commodities, crypto, future, forex trading, then it's going to be brilliant that they have this here. So again, as of right now, with their current software, current platform capabilities, really we can only trade stocks. So, okay, cool, that's fine, doesn't really matter. But if they have these plans for the future where they intend on involving or providing forex, crypto, futures, commodities, etc., if they plan on providing that to the users, then this is a brilliant idea that they already have this made up, because when and if it becomes available, boom, they'll already have all these available options for you to kind of dig through before you make trades. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is the direction they're moving in the future, and that's why this is already here. But if they're not, then this is just additional information on the platform that really could have been done without, but it's cool that they have it because some people may find benefit in using it. All right, guys, that's all I have for you here on this video. So thank you guys for staying tuned. The next video in this series, we're going to be looking in the trade tab and kind of going over the trade tab, walking you through it, maybe a couple helpful tips on what you can do when you're trading, and so on. So definitely stay tuned for the next video in the series. And as always, thank you guys for tuning in. And don't forget to leave a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe before you head out the door. It definitely helps grow the channel. Do appreciate it, guys. And thank you guys again. And I'll see you guys on the next video.